Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day wherever you're watching me from. It's your girl again. Thank you so much for tuning. My name is Fumi Speech, Fumi Lola to be precise. I'm a registered behavior technician by profession. I'm currently working under the supervision of a board certified behavior analyst. They are also known as BCBA. Welcome to my channel. If you're seeing this space for the first time, I appreciate you for tuning in. Welcome to the family. In this channel, I'm going to be talking about special needs children, working with special needs children and what it takes. So if it's something you really want to learn about or you want to be aware of, please kindly stay tuned to the end of this video. I have currently set up this platform to help enlighten individuals or a group of people that are into this field on how to manage autistic children or special education needs children. It's been a while I've posted videos like physical videos on my channel. I'm so sorry, I've been so busy these days. I promise to keep you guys notified and to upload more videos as we go along. So today, please, I hope my apologies are accepted. Today I'm going to be talking about something that we might have heard of, or we might have been seeing people doing this, but we might not know the name it is or the term that is being associated with it. So today I'm going to be talking about OCD. It's actually an abbreviation for obsessive compulsive disorder. That's a big word. Anyway, I'm going to be breaking it down bit by bit. What is OCD? OCD is an anxiety disorder that affects the daily life or daily living of an individual. So what do I mean? Obsessive. When you're obsessed, you find yourself you cannot do without doing those things, or you cannot do without those actions. You keep in a repetitive manner. You want to continue doing that. And as a human being or as an individual, we have this trait or these symptoms in our everyday life, which is in some terms it's considered okay or normal as our individual as we go along our individual lives or their daily living. So obsessive compulsive disorder, as I said earlier on, is an anxiety disorder that can actually affect a daily life of an individual. For instance, if most of us, when we wake up or our daily routine, we find ourselves doing this particular routine the same way in its stereotypic manner. So in such a manner, we might have these symptoms of OCD in us, though it is sometimes not in a negative manner, but when it is becoming too much, or it's you find yourself doing it regularly without any interruption, then it's cause for an alarm. So when I'm talking about children with OCD, I mean children that when you change their routine, there can be a problem behavior. So that is when a concern is needed. So for an adult, for a regular adult, we might find ourselves, or we might find a way to go about it and to manage our own behavior in terms of OCD. So, but for children with special needs symptoms, or with special needs disability, you cannot just interrupt that routine. There should be a kind of breakdown or a particular way they are used to doing those things. So when you interrupt, then there will be a problem behavior. So what do I mean children that has OCD? If you found a child that has these symptoms, is he or she is particular about the things that is in his or her room to be arranged in a certain way. So what do I mean? When a child sees his or her toy be in a disarray, or maybe there is a block, the child is playing with a block, and then one of the face of the block, you turned it, they are going to be obsessed by turning it back. When they play with toys, you might want to just play around with the toy and then just position it anyhow you want it. But with children with OCD, it doesn't work that way. They want those particular things to be lined the same way, the same line. It might be in a row. If you change it to be a column, they might not like it, and then that can create problem behavior. So children with special needs or with disabilities that has these symptoms, there is a way you could also do it. If it's not affecting their daily life, and they are able to manage that, you are able to manage that situation, then it doesn't call for you interrupting them. It's just the way of calming their nerves or themselves down. Some of the symptoms are also when you're obsessed washing your hands regularly. Even as an adult, you're in the kitchen, you're cooking, and then you find yourself at every slice of the onions or at every slice of the tomato, you get to wash your hands, or at every slice of anything you're doing, or even when you pick up the knife, when you drop the knife, you want to wash your hand. So when you're obsessed doing that particular washing of hands almost every second, then you might want to consider checking out if you're really obsessed, if you're having the symptoms. I'm not saying washing of hands it's not good, but when you keep doing that, particular behavior, it's a behavior whereby you cannot control it. It's an internal stimuli that you cannot control. So when you keep washing your hands at every second or at every minute, then you might have this OCD. Also, another symptoms you might want to look out for is hoarding. What do I mean by hoarding? You see people gathering things, gathering items, gathering gadgets, gathering some things that are not useful to them. They're just keeping it, just to fill up space. This is the symptoms of OCD. You don't need those things, but you're just, because it's nice, it's fill up the space, it's good, I just need it. Even some things that are needed to be thrown away. I could remember in some of when I was growing up, this actually I try to remember that whenever you don't need things, you trash it. So if you found keeping things that you don't need, or keeping, maybe for instance you went to the shopping mall and then you bought maybe a pack of food, and then you stack those plates or the packs of food. After finishing the food, you keep stacking them in a particular manner. You don't need a plate, they are meant to be disposed. So when you find yourself keeping those things that are not useful, that are irrelevant, you just keep them to occupy space, then you might want to check that. This is the symptoms of OCD. You're obsessed with keeping things, keeping items, keeping materials that are useless, that are not relevant to your daily living or to your daily life. They don't contribute to your daily life, but they are just in that space. You might want to check out that for OCD. I'm not saying it's in the negative part, but when you are obsessed doing those things, and when there is an interruption, there could be a problem behavior, you could get annoyed, then you have OCD. Also, another symptoms of OCD can be when you're obsessed with checking your appliances. This applies to every individual, both the special needs and the individuals without special needs. What do I mean by checking appliances? If you know our instinct always tells us that go check the door, even despite you know that you have locked the door, but your instinct still tells you that go check the door. Even after you've checked the door, your instinct is still telling you after some minutes, go check the door. Or maybe you've locked the door and then you went back to your room and you're imagining that someone is knocking at the door, but nobody is actually knocking at the door, and then your instinct tells you go check the door, and on your way to the door you find out that you've locked the door. Also, another thing you might want to understand OCD to be is when you leave your house. For instance, you went to the shopping mall and then did I lock the door? Am I sure I locked the door? So it's a kind of you're obsessed. Your intuition is reminding you of things literally you should do, but you have done it, but your mind kept telling you or kept reminding you, did you lock the door, or did you take your car key, or take your car key when you're going, or something that you're obsessed with doing. So when you check appliances, for instance, you plug your what is it called, your blender, and then you've turned it off, but you hear a noise, your instinct or your intuition will tell you, oh, did I actually turn off this blender? Go check the appliances, go check the blender. Or did I turn off the lights in the bathroom? Go check. These are intuition, these are behavior that our mind has been conditioned to do in our daily life. So but when you keep checking and checking and checking every time, then this OCD is not normal anymore. OCD is coming in. OCD is coming because you're obsessed checking the appliances, checking everything, and making sure that everything is intact, is into two. But after checking the first time, the second time, you kept checking and checking and checking. So you might want to look at OCD.